Nigeria may be blessed.
Thank you very much. Don't sit yet. Just remain standing. Let us take the anthem, the OAU anthem. DJ, do you have it? So you must know that this DJ didn't go to Ife. I mean, the DJ did not. There's no way you wouldn't know Ife anthem. I think you should go back to the school of anthems. Shall we do it ourselves? Are we ready? Who would like to start? Where is that? If you finished from Ife only last year or 2 years ago, can you please approach me? All the NIFs that finished yes, please approach me. Are you shy? If you finished in the last 2 years, I want you to please come. Please give them a round of applause. Please come. Please come. Do we have another microphone? Okay. Okay, so we shall sing the Great Ife anthem.
Great Ife, Great Ife, Africa's most beautiful campus, conscious, vigilant, progressive, Aluta against all oppression. Forward ever, backward never, for learning and culture, sport and struggle. Great Ife, I love you. There's only one great Ife in the universe. Another great Ife is a counterfeit. Great, 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 great. Of the greatest Ife. Articulate Ife. Ever conscious Ife. Great Bagba. Great Gbogbo. Kulu Kulu.
Give my microphone. What do you mean? What you can go this way. Come, go that way. Yeah. So, if I leave these youngsters, they will start introducing extraneous to it. I'm sure that those of us that are ancestors and deities and elders, the Ghostbusters is not part of it. It's a Gen Z thing. Please, another round of applause for them. Thank you, everyone, for coming. I'll be doing recognitions in the fullness of time, but I'd like to recognize the president of the International Relations Alumni Association, Prince Adedeji Adetayo, and he's here with his spouse. Welcome. Thank you very much for all that you have done. He's been the pioneer president. I'm actually thinking that we should consider him as life president of IRAA. Approved? A round of applause for him. The president and members of his ESCO, vice president, Oloye Abiola Falayajo, thank you very much. Oladimeji Adeyemi rather. Where is like? I saw him now, somewhere around. Yeah, a round of applause for him. Mrs. Adetutu Muku, Femi Awodumila, Ojo, Tope Stephen. These are members of the ESCO. They've done excellent work. We are where we are at this time because of the diligence that they have put into their work. I also would like to recognize and thank immensely, and I think I speak on behalf of every one of you, to thank the planning committee for putting this together. You can see that, they really did a good job, and they provided updates all through. It's my pleasure also to welcome to this occasion members of the Board of Trustees of the International Relations Alumni Association. I'm sure that he will join us very shortly. Our own dear Egbon, Mr. Bashir Adewale Adeni, the Controller General of Customs. He's the chairman of the Board of Trustees of the International Relations Alumni Association. Please, a round of applause for him in his absentia. I don't know whether we have now Ambassador Aderemi Bolaji. He's not here now. Is he here? Oh, okay. He's going to be joining us very shortly. We have our own Egbon, and his beautiful wife, Mr. Tim Akon. Thank you so much for everything that you do. Thank you for the excellent work. These are the pillars of the International Relations Alumni Association. Mrs. Esther Akinukawe. Esther is the head of HR for MTN Nigeria. I'm sure she will be joining us very shortly. All the way from Calgary, my own brother from another parent, Mr. Dr. Kunle Ojele. Thank you so much for joining us. I know you have a lot of commitment. He'll probably be leaving tomorrow or thereabout, but he committed to staying back to join this event. I also have Ramon Nasir. If Ramon is not here, then there's going to be a problem between him and I. Ramon is the head of public affairs for the UBA group, and he has assured me that he's going to be here very shortly. Sheikh Madeni is the chair. Look at this guy. Look at him just sauntering. Please give him a round of applause. I just mentioned your name. Now your papa born you. Please come forward. Olusegun Adeniyi. Olusegun Adeniyi is the chairman of the editorial board of This Day. And in his previous role, he was the the senior special assistant to the former president on media. And then, of course, our own president of the Alumni Association, Chris Adetayo. Thank you very much, every one of you, for what you do. It's my honor, singular honor, to welcome the head of Department of International Relations, Olu Adekola, the current head of Department of International Relations, my colleague. Thank you so much for coming all the way. You and I should have just come together from Ife if I knew, but since you chose to come in your private jet and you left me behind, that's not very nice. But good to see you. Thank you very much. Another round of applause for him. My colleague, Professor Funsho Adeshola, the Prince of, what's that your town now? Thank you so much for coming, Professor Funsho Adeshola. It's my pleasure to also welcome the teacher of teachers. And I say that with a full sense of responsibility, because every single person in this room that passed through the Department of International Relations must have been taught by Professor W. Alade Fawole. Let's give him a big round of applause. Professor Fawole, thank you so much for coming. The Yorubas, we say, Agba oni tonle. What that means is that may we never find ourselves in a situation where there will not be elders around. Professor Fawole has been a strong pillar of support for many of us, not just while in the department, even after graduating from the department. He's been part of that landscape for, I think, maybe like 40 years plus. He did his master's in the department, went away to George Washington University, returned back to the department, and only very recently, I think this year, he retired from the service of the university. Please, a round of applause for him for the work that he did over several decades, to mentor the next generation of students. So I will be doing more introductions later, but it gives me a whole lot of pleasure to welcome to this event Ugo Boni, who is the consul of the Italian consulate in Nigeria, in Lagos here. Thank you so much for joining us. And I was just telling him that a couple of years back, I don't know how many of you will remember this, we had the visit of the former Italian ambassador, a professor himself, to join us in the department. And we had a very good conversation. And he's told me now, Ugo has just told me now that he will be joining us in Ife within the first quarter of next year to experience Ife at his best. And we're all looking forward to that visit. And more importantly, we're also looking forward, that visit will be an opportunity to strengthen the ties between the Department of International Relations and the Italian Embassy and Consulate in Nigeria. Thank you very much. I will be doing other introductions very shortly, but it gives me a lot of pleasure to invite the president of the International Relations Alumni. No. So, I'm sorry. I will invite Oloye Abiola Falayajo to give his welcome statement. Oloye, please give me a round of applause.
Good afternoon once again. Many thanks to Professor Charles Ikeja for a wonderful job he's been doing for getting us started on the right foot today. Distinguished guests, esteemed alumni, ladies and gentlemen, and all existing protocols observed. It is with great pleasure and a deep sense of responsibility that I welcome you all to this momentous occasion, the International Relations Alumni Association Award Ceremony and the launch of our 500 million endowment fund. Today marks a significant milestone in the history of our association as we come together not only to celebrate excellence, but also to chart a forward-looking and sustainable course for the future of our alma mater. The foremost Department of International Relations of Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, Nigeria. Our department has a long history and pedigree. As you all know, the first of its kind in sub-Saharan Africa. We are proud to be called the Pacesetters. This event is a testament to our shared vision, dedication, commitment, and giving back to the unique institution that shape all of us into global leaders and change makers that we are today. It is also a call for action, a reminder of the power of collective effort, and a bold testament that we, the alumni of that prestigious department, and also of Great Ife, are ready to make a lasting and qualitative impact. The award segment of this event, that is the August event in December, allow us to recognize and honor those among us who has exemplified the highest standard of leadership, innovation, and service to humanity. Their accomplishments inspire us to continue striving for excellence and also remind us of the limitless potential within our alumni community. The launch of the 500 million endowment fund is no less significant. This fund represents our commitment to securing a better and more qualitative future for our departments and ensuring that future generations of students and also faculty members are equipped with state-of-the-art facilities and resources they need to excel. If those of us here alone today, we will have taken a bold step to realize the endowment ambition. Some can even pledge more than that, and I'm very sure there's a lot of people among us here that can do better than that. Ambassador Bolaji Akinremi, you are welcome. As chairman of the planning committee, one who has made this event possible, our general sponsors, the hardworking member of the planning committee, and most importantly, all of you in attendance today. Your presence here is a testament to the strength of our alumni network and the enduring bond we share. Let us seize this opportunity to connect, celebrate, and commit to a shared vision of excellence and service for mankind. Together, we can ensure that our legacy as alumni of this brightly on both the national. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this historic event. Thank you for enthusiastic supportive mission. Let us make today a day to remember. I want to thank you all again, and thank you very much. My name remains Abiola Falayajo. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Another round of applause for him. Oloye Abiola arrived from Melbourne. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for joining us. While the Akram Bolaji came in, thank you so much. You don't know you're an ancestor. You're even a deity. So don't even try and, use this young face of yours, to deceive us. We know you're a deity. Please give him a round of applause. Thank you so much. He's not just a foreign service officer par excellence, but he's been a very strong pillar of the International Relations Students Association, International Relations Alumni Association. And I'm saying it openly because it's important to recognize, people who have diligently been there for the association. And when God gives you a vision, if you don't say it out, you might be caught up with the vision or so. Let me just say it. You might be caught up with the vision or so. Let me just say it. I saw a vision of $5 million. I saw a vision of $5 million naira from him as initial, and then $5 million naira from him as initial, and then by next year another 5. By next year another 5, another 5, another 5. Please, another 5, another 5. Please give me a round of applause. Those of you clapping, I know how much. I know the vision I saw for all of you.
In addition, this evening, as previously mentioned, we will be launching the 500 million naira endowment fund. This initiative represents a bold step forward in our commitment to give back and to build a legacy that will benefit generations to come. We recognize that government alone cannot do it all. As with other parts of the world, we are determined as alumni to be active. HOD, the current HOD is here. I've also seen all the former HODs present here as well. And what we're doing here today in launching this vision and contribute not just to the growth of our general majority of people. Thank you for being here to general majority of people. Thank you for being here tonight and for being part of this historic journey. Together, we will unite and for being part of this historic journey. Together, we will make a difference. Thank you so much.
A round of applause for the president. Thank you. I'd like to recognize some of our dignitaries that have just joined us. I'm sure you've already heard. Aki Ogunroti is here. Thank you so much for joining us. Aki Ogunroti, ancestor, actually a deity too. Former by two members of that commission, George Sanusi and Oladele Ogunkombi. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you. Thank you very much for joining us. Nigeria now has a very large diaspora community, and I know that your job is already well cut out for you. The good thing about it is that the Nigerian community abroad, have, been some of our flagship people. Occasionally we have concerns, but generally, majority of Nigerians are abroad, are goodwill ambassadors of the country. They are the cutting edge of their different professions, and we're most delighted. I think that one of the strengths of this country is diaspora community. So your job is already well cut out for you. Thank you so much for joining us. I also would like to recognize with us today Dr. Memuna Esson from WHO, representing Dr. Walter Kasadi, the rep of WHO in Nigeria. Please give a round of applause. No, please, can you stand up, madam? I need all of us to. Please give her a round of applause, please. Thank you very much. The cultural troupe, are they ready? Are we now the cultural troupe? I can see. Okay, you guys should just hold on for a minute. Even the cultural group should wait for a minute. I can see Oga Patapata. When I said Professor Alade Fawole, teacher of teachers, there's another teacher of teachers that came in with his beautiful wife, Mrs. and Professor Kayode Shoremeku. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much. Hey, Oga, you cannot, you want to go and greet your Oga? All of us, we have to go and greet him. Shall we take a pause so that we can all go and say hello to him? Thank you so much for joining us. You know, Professor Shoremeku is the typical oil man without the baron. The oil man without the baron. Professor Kayode Shoremeku is distinguished professor and also former vice chancellor of the Federal University Oye. Please give me a round of applause. He knows the politics of oil like the back of his palms. That's why I called him an oil man without baron. Thank you so much for joining us. And Madam, thank you so much for joining us. Oga promised that you were going to come together, and I'm happy that you made time to join us. Thank you so much. So good to see you. So we'll take a short music interlude. The cultural troupe. Are you ready? Please. I like that. Yes.
lè parí. Ó ń dá wa lọ́rùn bí àpò òyìnbó. Ìjó jíjó iṣẹ́ wa ni.
Ó jẹ́ torí ọgbọ́n orin mọ̀ pẹ̀lú orin ìkùnù. Ọ̀gá la tún jẹ́, àwòkọ́ la jẹ́. Ní gbogbo àgbáyé ẹ̀ka lọ òsì ilé orin. Àwòkọ́ la jẹ́.
Ní gbogbo àgbáyé ẹ̀ka lọ òsì ilé orin. Lílù àtúgbàyí bàtà àwọ̀ rọrùn gbẹ̀dẹ̀gbẹ̀dẹ̀. Dòdò wa àlùfọ́gẹ́ra bàbá ara mi ò ẹ tẹ́tí gbọ́. Yorùbá oúnjẹ ilẹ̀ wa ó ládùn odùn bí oyin iyán àti ọbẹ̀ ẹ̀gúsí ó ládùn ilẹ̀ wa àmàlà àti gbẹ̀gìrì oúnjẹ ilẹ̀ wa ẹ̀bà pẹ̀lú ewédú oúnjẹ ilẹ̀ wa àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ oúnjẹ ilẹ̀ wa. Kó má ṣe parun o. Àṣà wa bóyá gbé wa fò ẹyẹ ire. Kó má ṣe parun o. Àṣà wa bóyá gbé wa fò ẹyẹ ire. Àti kò sí ebi lè wọlé o. Àṣà wa bóyá gbé wa fò ẹyẹ ire. Lékelèké aláṣọ funfun. Àṣà wa lékelèké abasọ àlà. Lékelèké ni wọ́n lọ́ṣù o.